We're all constantly connected, right? Sending messages, sharing photos, you know the drill. But have you ever actually stopped and thought about what you're giving away just to say hello? Today, we are diving deep into the world of anonymous messengers. These are the apps that promise you can communicate without leaving a single trace.
Seriously, think about it for a second. The big ones we all use, like WhatsApp or Telegram, they all start by asking for one critical thing, your phone number. And boom, just like that, everything you say is tied directly to your real-world identity. That opens the door to data leaks and surveillance, and honestly, a lot of people just aren't okay with that anymore.
So this is really the core difference we're talking about. On one side, you've got the mainstream apps that link everything back to you. But on the other side, these anonymous messengers are built from the ground up to break that link. They don't want your phone number. They don't want your email. It's all about letting you create a digital self that's completely separate from your real one.
Okay, so why would you actually need one of these? And look, it's easy to think this is all super cloak and dagger stuff, right? Like something out of a spy movie. But the reality is way more practical. It's really just about taking back control and having some privacy in your day-to-day life.
And the reasons might hit closer to home than you'd think. You could be a journalist who needs to protect a source, or an activist trying to organize safely. Or maybe you just want a private group chat for a team project at work without handing out everyone's personal phone number. You can even just share a file without telling the whole world who sent it. The features are the same ones you're used to. It's the lack of a required ID that changes the game. All right, so let's say you're on board. But where do you even start? Which app is the right one for you? Well, don't worry, we're going to break down 5 of the best options out there, and each one has a pretty unique way of handling anonymous communication.
First on our list is Session and its big claim to fame. It's all about an insane level of privacy. It pulls this off by using something called onion routing, which is a really clever way of bouncing your messages all over a network so that it's practically impossible to trace where they came from or who sent them.
But here's the classic trade-off you always see. Top-tier privacy often comes with a bit of a learning curve. Session's privacy tech is incredible, and the fact that it's open source means security experts can check the code themselves. Now, the flip side is that all this fancy routing can sometimes make your call quality a little iffy, and it might take a new user a little more time to really get comfortable with it. Next up, we've got Threema. This one's a little different because, well, it's not free. Threema's whole philosophy is that by paying a few bucks for the app, you become the customer, not the product. Their entire business model is built around protecting your privacy. So, what do you get for your money? You get rock-solid security and all the features you'd expect, like voice and video calls. The catch? It's going to cost you. But for a lot of people who want a super stable, reliable platform where privacy is guaranteed by the business model itself, it's a price they're more than willing to pay. Okay, but what if you're a true purist? Like, you want the most anonymity possible, no compromises. Then you absolutely need to know about SimpleX. This messenger was built from the ground up with one goal: to use zero personal data. It's for the person who wants to leave absolutely no digital footprint. The whole idea behind SimpleX is function over form. People love it because it does not compromise. It's open source, it's all about total anonymity, full stop. The potential downside of being so laser-focused is that the user interface can feel a bit complex and maybe not as slick or polished as the big mainstream apps. Now for something a bit different. Let's talk about Element. It's built on something called the Matrix Protocol, which is decentralized. What that means is there's no single big company calling all the shots. This makes it feel less like a simple chat app and more like a powerful, secure hub for teamwork and collaboration. Element's biggest strength is its incredible flexibility. It's amazing for teams because you can plug it into other services and it can handle massive groups with no problem. But all that power and flexibility, it can be a little overwhelming for a newbie. If you're just looking for a simple chat app, the setup might feel a bit challenging at first. And finally, we have a really unique one, Delta Chat. This app does something completely different from the others. Instead of building a whole new system, it just uses the one we all already have, email. It looks and feels just like a messenger app on your phone, but behind the scenes, it's just sending emails. This email-based idea has some really practical upsides. It's open source, and it works great even if you have a slow internet connection, because pretty much any network can handle a simple email. The trade-offs come from that same foundation. Bot features are limited, and you don't get those little check marks that tell you for sure your message has been delivered. Whew, okay. We've just gone through 5 excellent but very different apps. So, after all that, how in the world do you actually pick one? Well, at the end of the day, it all comes down to what you're really trying to do.
Let's break it down real simple. If your absolute top priority is being a ghost online, maximum untraceable anonymity, then you're going to want to look at Session or SimpleX. If you'd rather pay for the stability and security that comes with a paid service, Threema is your best bet. For serious team collaboration, Element is the undisputed powerhouse. And if you just love the simple, clever idea of using email, Delta Chat is the way to go.
And that really brings us to the big final question. Whether that price is a slightly steeper learning curve, a couple of dollars out of your pocket, or an interface that isn't quite as slick, the choice to take back your digital privacy is right there. It's more accessible than ever, so you just have to ask yourself, what is that privacy really worth to you?